Join me for part 2 of kind of what I'm doing with the Pontiac here. And we can see it's still sitting on the drive, taking it for a few runs. Drives really well, but we've been doing a little bit of investigating, and just underneath here, if I have a little feel, whereabouts is it? Here, there is a little light, probably a fog light. Now, only some of the top specs came fitted with a fog light, so what I'm trying to do now is figure out if it came as standard, which I don't think it did because there's not a built-in light for it. Dirt all over my fingers. In which case we're trying to find out where the fog light's connected to and if it still works or not. So a little bit of a random side quest that we're on at the moment, but I'm having a little look to find where this is. Now if you have a look under here, there is a blue wire, so we need to trace where that goes to. Back open here of the beast, and first things first, let's take this out because it's in the way. There we go. So taking the partial shelf out now, let's pop that down there. Lovely. And if I set you guys up here, you'll be able to see there's this cover just here now, already quite loose. But if I can get this loose here, let's have a little look and see. Aha! Blue wire. So this obviously comes from the front of the car somewhere. Oh shit. And leads through down to the fog light, which would be probably underneath here somewhere. This is the car cover that I keep covered up. Obviously you can see all the speaker systems all still in here. Still work, still all working well. But this wire is definitely what needs to be traced. Now, interestingly as well, there was a bit of a rattle when I was driving the car recently, coming from this area on the opposite side. So I had a little look and investigated under here as well to find that there's a spare wheel, which is a bit of a nice surprise. It's also got a jack that you can see just under here. So this is what was rattling around underneath, and it wasn't screwed on, it wasn't tightened up properly. So I've had to go ahead and tighten it up, which is all nice and secure now, so that shouldn't rattle around anymore, which is obviously what you want, because it was a bit of a metally noise. I was like, oh, that sounds a bit concerning, but I think that's all okay now. But we can see this is the blue wire, so now we need to trace it back through the car and have a little look and see. But I have a little idea where it could be, so I'm going to have a look in there and see if I find anything interesting. This is probably where I'm going to need a little bit of help. From my understanding, if the fog lights came as standard, there was a button here. Obviously mine does not have a button, it only has one for the headlights. So I have noticed that there is a little switch someone must have added on at some point just here. Now, that is the only reasonable explanation I can see to the fog light. Now, obviously, we were back there. Hopefully, it's going to come through here, through the seal of the door, and underneath the dash. In an ideal world, that's where it would be. But there's only one way to find out, and that's getting underneath there. So probably have to do a little bit of yoga to see what's going on. So I'm going to put the seat back and have a little look underneath. So a bit of a strange angle now, but I'm going to have to go underneath the wheel. I don't really know where I can set the camera up really to show this, but I can rotate you guys down that way. And I'm just going to have to go under here to see what's going on underneath here. So from what I can see, there isn't a lot that is holding this panel on. I'm going to have to try and find probably a socket to undo the bottom of the panel to then access this button here. Which, honestly, excuse the chicken, might be a little bit trickier than it seems, because it looks that they've been quite rounded off. I'll get a picture of it and I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I mean. But that's going to be a bit of a problem, I think, to try and yeah, we'll see if we can find a socket that's going to bring that off. I'll try some of these screw heads. That might be one valid reason. I think it's going to be one of these possibly. If not, then it should be a socket. But because they're so rounded off, I'm just going to see if I can get something to shift it. And then I might be able to just sort of loosen it with my fingers. So we'll see from there what happens. Trying another awkward angle, but this is not working. So I think I'm going to have to try and find a socket. But I don't know if I have one small enough for these. So I might have to try and locate one of those. But I definitely think that the wire runs through here. What I might do is, you can see where the screws are here, to further my theory of that's where it is. I might see 100% if it is being run underneath this door seal just here, because if it isn't, then I'm just sort of wasting my time. But we'll have a little look and find out. And I'm fairly sure that this switch has got to be for the fog light, but we'll wait and see. Time to head back to the shed, banging the Crocs on, and going to find a socket. Let's have a little look, see if we can find anything. So I've located a few sockets. I've also got a spanner as well, because that could help budget a little bit to get a bit of movement there. But let's have a look and see. I probably won't film because it's very awkward to film when I'm upside down, but I'll keep you updated with if it moves or not, and if I manage to get it off, then we can go from there. So, absolute result, we managed to find the right fitment, and got a couple of screws out. So let's see if this budges now, and hopefully we can then have a little look and see if this blue wire is underneath the dash. See if I look a bit like a spaghetti junction under here, but as we can see, there's wires coming from this switch, and there is a blue wire here. But does that lead to the same place? Now that looks like the same blue wire to me, and that looks like that leads to this little box just here. So to me, that looks like that's going to control the fog light. But now I'm interested to see if that goes to this box. That looks like it's going that way as well, because there was a black wire, so that goes there. But now I'm interested to see where this red wire goes. It goes into the back of the radio. So does that mean it used to control more than just one light? If so, where's the other ones? Where's the other lights? So I'm gonna have to have a little look and find out where they are. But I think that's busted our theory on what that light does. I was also kind of, in a way, hoping to find something broken to fix it, but it doesn't look very broken to me. So, oh, here we go. There's some info in the back. I'll read that and get back to you. We fired up the ignition, and we put the lights on just here. So now we're going to flick the switch down here. Let's have a little look and see if that has made the fog light come on, first of all. Aha! So that's good. So it means that it is working, the fog light. And if I turn it off, does that mean it turns the fog light off as well? Because that's also important. Don't want to be driving around with it on all the time. Looks like it's off, which is good. Now I think the other wires were just connecting to the battery, so I don't think that's actually doing anything else apart from just giving the switch power. But it looks very complicated, probably very overcomplicated. But it's an older car, so obviously the tech and whoever's done this as well, because this was not standard, has well, made it quite complicated for us to look at. But obviously to their mind it was fairly simple, which is all right, I guess. But I might honestly give it a bit of a clean up under here as well, because it needs to. I'm also going to take it to get it valeted, just on the inside really. Just want to get it all nice and cleaned up because it's a little bit dirty. So we'll get it all cleaned up. I'll put this back up just so now I know what it does, and I'll keep you guys updated with obviously the progress of the car. This was probably not the most exciting episode of just figuring out what a fog light, or where the fog light turns on. But it'll get valeted, and then we'll start looking, I think, to do a bit more of probably a bit more paint restoration, because I'm a bit tired of looking at all this red bit kind of showing through. So Main thing is that the big important things work. I've got to still fix like the center console and stuff because this just comes off, so that's not great. But we'll fix this, get a bit of paint restoration, get more sort of seals and stuff. You can see here, peel off a little bit, so we'll get them sorted out as well. But yeah, stay tuned. Let me know what you're thinking of the car so far. Let me know if you have any ideas of what I should do to it as well. As I said, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an engineer. That was way too complicated for me, but I figured it out somehow. And but yeah, keep me posted on what you want me to do with it, because you know, I want it to be a bit of a project for me, but also for people to get involved with as well, because you know, it's a pretty cool car and I think everyone should enjoy it. So yeah, look at that, the sun coming in through there, very aesthetic. Can't say the same over there though, looking pretty rainy, so I might get it all sorted out, cover up, and leave it for today. And I will keep you guys updated. But it does look quite cool with the headlights up as well. Actually, we'll finish on that note. Looks like a little frog. Look at that little beast. I need to drive it at night actually to see what it looks like, sort of, you know, if the headlights are actually doing anything or if they're just not actually that bright. But we'll get it all sorted out. Cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to keep up to date with what's going on, and I will see you in the next episode.